Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm so sorry. I had quite the technical difficulty where my glasses are crooked. Sorry. My clock said 2:45, like for the last 10, 20 minutes. So I was just thinking I had tons of time, and here it was already 15 after almost. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you are here. If you're here, say hello. Thank you so much for hanging out. And Gloria, I see you're busy wrapping orders, so thanks for listening in while you're taking care of that. Yes, I'll give everyone a few minutes to jump back in. Feel free to share if you have beady friends, because I'm sure they would enjoy this fun little project. It's a very quick one. In fact, I think it'll only take us about 20 minutes, if even that, to get through everything. Hi, Heather and Debbie. Gloria, I'm so glad you find your way back here or didn't leave. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Bead Table Tuesday. I'm Heather Powers. I'm a bead maker, author, illustrator, jewelry designer, and all sorts of other things. But my main job is to help you get those beads off your bead table and into some jewelry. And that's what we're going to do today. I was inspired by, I found this really beautiful, well, I've been pinning these really beautiful French beaded flowers. And so we're just going to do a little French beaded bough of berries. Beaded bough of berries. Say that 3 times fast. Beaded bough of berries. So that's what we're going to be working on. And it's a very quick and easy project. You just need 26 gauge wire and some 4mm round beads to make the little beaded bow. And that's what I'm going to turn my camera. Oh, I got to get my camera on here real quick. So give me a second to do that. It'll just take me a moment. How's everyone doing? We have lots of snow. It's very wintry here in Michigan at the moment. Absolutely loving it so much. And it just makes me happy. I was agreeing, though, it's probably because I don't leave my house in the wintertime. That's probably why I love it so much, because I don't have to go out into it. So that's the best way to enjoy winter. Pretend it's not there. Okay, here we go. Or just look at it from outside only. All right, let me add to the stage here. Here we go. And we are going to be making this little guy. Ooh, Sharon, please share the name of that book. I would be very interested. I will share the link to my Pinterest board on my Humblebeads Facebook page so you guys can see this beadwork. Is just so beautiful. She does bouquets. It's not jewelry, but it's pretty amazing. So we're going to be using a Humblebead bird, which we're putting some in the shop tomorrow. Then 4mm round drupes or melons. Any little round bead will work. Round because it most matches the aesthetic of the berries. And then we're going to be using 26 gauge wire. I've done both with copper and solid brass. This is a solid brass one where I did darken these afterwards. I darkened this with Jack's Black, and then this one with Liver of Sulfur. So yes, those little birdies, they are taking a long flight to my shop. But they are on the way. And then we have all sorts of wintry disc beads too that Jessie is right over there behind me rolling. Okay, I just have to show you this little dish. I collect little tiny ceramic dishes. It's like my bead table is full of them. And that just makes me happy. I just had to show that to you. For no reason. I just wanted to show it to you. So I'm going to use these little dark blue berries. or my other option were these green teal ones, but I think I'm gonna go with the berries. They have a little bit of gold in them, a little etched gold finish, which works really nicely with the little gold paint on my bird. And I'm going to take about 10 inches of wire. And again, this is 26 gauge wire. This is what I found works the best. It's easy enough to twist, which is the technique we're going to be using. And then it's sturdy enough to not lose its shape if you're wearing it. Okay, now I'm going to start with my bead in the middle. So I'm just putting one of the 4mm beads right in the center, and I'm going to push the two ends up. And now I'm going to grab onto the end here and twist. The more you twist, the tighter it's going to get closer to the bead. And this is going to be my first little branch. So I'm going to do about 4 twists there. Oh, Sandy, I know it's hard to do kits right now. We're just don't have any extra labor at the moment, so it's all I can do to make the beads. But I do hear you, and we will try to have some more kits in the new year. Okay, so I slip this on. Sorry, I got kicked off the internet for a second. Hopefully I'm back and everything's okay. Looks like it. Okay. So I'm going to put this however far down I want that next little branch to be. I'll tell you a trick. Don't put lotion on your hands before you start doing this. That's been, the beads are a little slippery. Okay. So I have my bead where I want it to lay, and I'm going to pull this other half of the wire straight up. So I'm making that same little U shape with the wire. And this is that wire, and then this is the other wire going straight above. Okay, I'm going to grab onto the wire just below the bead and start twisting. And I'm going to twist this until it gets to the main center of the wire. And now this is the center, so I'm going to put that one up, and then I'm going to take the other side. And you'll know which side is up and which side you're supposed to put the bead on, because the one that's longer is the one that you want to put your bead on. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you here. Okay, so now I'm going to slip on the other bead. So I'm putting it where I want it to lay on the little branch. And then we're going to fold or bend, not fold, bend the other wire so that it's making like a little U. And then I'm going to hold on to the wire just below the bead, and I'm going to start twisting. And it's going to twist tighter and tighter, closer to the bead each time I do a little twist. Okay, I'm going to do one more. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to face these two downward so that they are in the spot that I want them to be. And now we're going to take the two pieces together and we're going to twist those. And this is going to give us some length on our branch for the next little, that turned out kind of funky. Try that again. Okay, you have to make sure you're twisting both, not just one. There we go. I don't want to go up too far because I don't want to have a really long, skinny branch, which I might anyways. Do a few. They take some practice. Each one's going to look a little different depending on how high up you twisted your wire, where you're putting your beads, your little berries on here. So don't stress about it. Just make a few, and then you'll worry about getting better after you've gotten the technique down a little bit. Okay, so I've made that little U, and I'm going to hold just below the bead, and I'm going to start twisting. And I've twisted to the center of the wire. And now this other side, I'm going to add my bead and repeat the same thing. So I'm bending the wire where I want the bead to stay. And I'm going to hold on to the wire and twist that bead so that the wire is twisting up. And it's going to get tighter and tighter each time I twist it. That one was a little short, but I'm just going to go with it. Now we're going to take these two and twist them together, making sure we're twisting twisting both of the threads together and not just twisting one around. Like I just did again. And this is the same, like if you're tying a zip tie, or not a zip tie, one of those little things on breads. Those little wires that you twist on the bread. Does that age me? Is that something? Twist tie. That's what I want to say, not a zip tie. Hopefully we're not using zip ties for anything. Okay. So this branch is, this little branch is a little more twiggy than the other one that I did. And I'm going to love it just for what it is. I'm not going to judge. It's okay. So I've made that little U shape. I'm going to hold on to the wire below the bead and twist the bead. Okay, and now I'm going to do the other side. And you can do as many as you want on here. You could make a really long bow of beads or a really short bow. It doesn't matter. Up to you. But I'm doing 7 beads altogether for my little berries. Okay, so just deciding how far down you want your little next berry to go. And then bend the wire so that they're making a little U. And I'm going to hold on to that bead and twist. And the more I twist, the tighter it gets. And now I've come to the end here, and I'm going to take the rest of the wire and I'm going to twist it all the way to the end here. And that will give me some wire to work with to do a double loop and then wrap around twice. So we're going to do a double loop and wrap around 2 times with the wire. Well, that's the plan. So I cut off the end. And now I'm going to decide which is going to be the front or the back. And I think this side looks better as the front. Oh, this is going to be a left to right loop. So side to side. So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to wrap around 2 times on the same part of the pliers. And that will give us the double loop a little bit extra strength because the wire is really fine. And I'm going to grab onto the loop gently and wrap around 2 times underneath the loop with the wire. And so we have a double wrap looped here. Now you'll trim off that wire and make sure those ends are pinched in really, really tightly. You don't want any of that little bit of wire to catch onto your clothing. There we go. So that's my adorable little berry branch. So cute. Oh, you could do them with little flowers too, Debbie. That would look like a little bouquet. I love that idea. So cute. You'll have to try that and show it to us. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is I want to give this little berry some stability behind it. So for the first one, I used a woodland leaf, and so the berries being supported by the leaf. In the second one, I'm going to use a scroll, a filigree scroll underneath to give the berry some stability. Just because I don't want to bend it while I'm wearing it. If you did, you could just unbend it, but this will just help it stay where it's supposed to stay, which is what we want, right? So just a little, something that's going to give it a little stability in the back. And so I'm going to grab a jump ring and a head pin. I'm going to do a little flower accent bead at the top here. Let's see, I think I'll do a little blue flower. Add some color in there. Okay, so I'm just going to do a wrap. Can you guys let me know in the comments, just let me know, was I on the screen the whole time or did I go off the screen? Were you able to see the technique completely? I feel like I have been going down a little too far. Were you able to see the entire berry being created, or was I off camera too much? Let me know. And stick around until the very end. I will be doing a $30 gift certificate for Humblebeads at the end here. Okay, just made a little messy wrap loop on this guy. I went off a bit, but not too much. The whole time, Margaret, was I off the screen the whole time, or was I on the screen the whole time? Knowing me, I'd be off the screen the whole time. Because that's just the kind of tech wizard I am some days. All right, now I'm going to grab an oval jump ring. for the top here. And I think I will grab a gold one to hold everything together. All right, and before I do that, I'm going to fix my little bird up. So I'm going to grab a little roller bead. You could use any bead that will fit on an 18 gauge wire. And I'm going to use my twisted 18 gauge wire. And I cut about 3. Okay, seemed like all the time. Okay. All right, guys, that's good. Hey, Roseanne. Yay. So nice to see you here. Okay, I'm going to cut off the end of that. And I'm going to do just a simple loop on the top and bottom of my bird here. I'm going to grab a 4mm O bead as a spacer underneath. Slip on my adorable little bird. Oh, I have to make sure this is straight so that my bird will fit on there. All right, now I want this to be going left to right. Then I'm going to throw on that roller bead, and then I have a tiny little 4mm cornerless cube. Let me grab a different one. So a cornerless cube spacer, not a cubeless cornerless. Okay. And I'm going to kind of tuck that into the roller bead a little bit. And now this top one, I want to go left to right. I mean, front to back. So the bottom's going to go left to right, and the top is going to go front to back. There I was, off the screen again. Okay, what a cutie. And now we're going to assemble it all. So I'm going to take the scroll, and there's a part where the hole is a little bit bigger. So that's the part I'm going to go through. And then I'm going to throw in my little berry branch. And then my flower, and make sure that your flower, you have the front of the wire, not the back. Ooh, you know what? This, the oval ring works better for this type because I needed a skinnier little connection. But this other one, I'm going to use an 8mm jump ring because it needs a little bit more room to roll around in and breathe. So I'm going to grab just an 8mm jump ring. The scroll filigree added a little bit too much thickness to that cluster, so it was going to sit on there funny. So let's do that again. Through the larger hole on the scroll ring, and then the little branch. Is that the front? Or is that the front? Yep. And then my tiny little flower and the bird. And then we'll close this up nice and tight. Oop. There we go. So that's our little cluster on the bottom with our beaded branch and our little flower. and I'm using the scroll ring behind it to give the little branch a little stability. You could also use a leaf like I did in the other design. And on the top here, I'm going to throw on my favorite little 17 millimeter twisted jump ring, rope jump ring. And for this one, I did an adjustable leather cord. So that's what I'm going to do on here. Of course, you could use chain or anything that you could do all beaded if you wanted to. Up to you how you're going to finish it. So I'm going to fold this over, flip it from the front to the back, and then I'm going to take the two ends and pull it up straight. So it's going to make this little circular part behind, and then you have your two strands going above. And I'm going to take the left side and put it through, the right cord and put it through the left hoop from front to back. From back to front. And I'm going to repeat on the other side, going from the back to the front and looping through the right side. And I'm going to carefully pull this nice and tight. And this is called a cat's paw knot. And it gives you like a little crossed knot that that wears really nicely. Okay, so there's my little cat paw knot. Oh, let me get that in. And then I used a roller bead, a large roller bead on the top. Let me see if I can. I think I only have smaller roller beads at the moment. Oh, I probably have one here. Here we go. I'll do a little mint one. I like the gold that's on there, so I'm going to use this. This is a larger roller bead. And I'm just going to slide that down and have it nestled right above the knot, just like that. And then if you haven't made an adjustable knot, I will show you real quick how to do that. So you're going to take the two ends and cross them over about, let's do about 6 inches on each side. And about 2.5 inches up from the end, you're going to make a little loop. Then you're going to take the end and wrap it around both of the cords. And you're going to wrap that 2 to 3 times and then stick it back up through the loop and then pull all the way down to make the knot. Okay, and now you're going to repeat on the other side. So you're going to fold it over to make a loop, grab the end and wrap it around. I did 2 times, so I'm going to repeat 2 times on this side, and then you'll have it go through the loop. So you're going to push it up through the loop, and you're going to pull on the end and then push the knots down to the bottom, to get it nice and tight. So let me trim off the ends here with the extra leather. You can put a little glue if you want, but you don't have to. And then you're going to pull on the cord to make it longer, and you'll pull on the knots to make it shorter. And that's the adjustable loop. And it works really nicely for gift giving because you don't have to worry if you've made a necklace long enough for someone. They can adjust it as they would like. So there are my 2 little There we go. Our two little bramble birds with, well, I guess like folk birds with their little beaded boughs, beaded berry boughs. Okay, so super easy, fun necklace. You could also do this little technique for earrings. That would be really cute. You can play around with the size of the beads if you wanted to go bigger. You could do that. It's going to get chunkier the bigger the wire. You could maybe go up to a 24 gauge wire if you wanted to use like a 6mm bead. Okay, so let's do the giveaway. And let me get that pulled up real quick. This is going to be a $30 gift certificate, and it's going to be #bird, all capital. #bird, all capital. Capital letters. I guess that's what I should say. Okay, let me just pull that up for you guys. There we go. So #bird, that is going to get you entered into the drawing. I want to remind you guys that we're going to be doing the Creative Circle in January. And if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you can go to the website at humblebeads.com and see what the Creative Circle is all about. It's a monthly workshop that's like 2 hours of what you see right here, where we're working on a different project every month. And it's all about self-care. When you're making jewelry, that jewelry making is a form of self-care. I create a journal booklet for you guys every month, and usually an inspiration Pinterest board, or I talk about some kind of inspiration that relates to the project. And then we have a 2-hour Zoom instructions where I show you guys how to work on whatever project we're going to be doing. For January, we're going to be doing embroidery, and then the next month we'll be doing polymer clay, and then in March we'll be doing wire work. So that'll be my 3 projects for the next sessions of the Creative Nest. It's for 2026. It's Creative Nest. Nice little home for our creativity. Okay, it looks like everyone has entered #bird. Do we have, oh, yep, you guys are going. Oh, Chris, I'm so excited you're gonna join us. Oh, I'm sorry. I think everyone can see what's on. You might want to refresh your page. Flower 4. By Flower 4. Okay, so let me go ahead and draw. Oh, thank you, Margaret. Kathy! Yay! So, Kathy, I'm going to give you my address. It's humblebeads@gmail.com. Please email me and let me know that you are the winner. Tomorrow at, let's say, I want to give myself a fair amount of time. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, I'm going to list the new birds, and we have winter discs. So winter and flowery birds, and then winter disc beads to go with them. So hopefully you guys will love it. 3 o'clock tomorrow on the website, humblebeads.com. Make sure you head over to my website and sign up for my newsletter, and then you'll get updates of all the good stuff that's happening. All right, guys, we'll see you next Tuesday for another project. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like if you liked today's video, and feel free to share it so that other people can watch the project. And you have a great weekend, and a great week and weekend. But let's just start with getting through the week first. I'm such a nut. Okay, guys, take care. I'll talk to you later. Have fun creating this week. Bye.